Have you ever ignored a warning thinking it was nothing? What if that warning was the only thing standing between you and something unspeakable? Tonight, I'll take you into the chilling story of Maya, a young woman who moved into her dream apartment, only to uncover a horrifying secret etched in blood. A warning she didn't heed, a warning that sealed her fate. Stay with me, because this is one story you won't forget, and one you'll wish you had listened to. It was a cold, rainy evening when Maya returned to her new apartment. She had recently moved into this old building, drawn by its charm and affordability. The landlord had mentioned that the previous tenant had left in a hurry, but Maya brushed it off, assuming it was due to financial issues or a sudden life change. She didn't believe in the eerie rumors the neighbors whispered about. Her apartment was on the top floor, and as she climbed the creaking stairs, she noticed something odd. A faint metallic smell lingered in the air, growing stronger as she neared her door. When she unlocked it and stepped inside, she froze. There, scrawled across the living room wall in jagged crimson letters, were the words, "You should have listened." Maya's heart pounded in her chest. The message was written in what looked horrifyingly like blood. She staggered back, her mind racing. Who could have done this? She had locked the door before leaving. Was someone inside? Grabbing her phone, she called the police. They arrived quickly, inspecting the apartment thoroughly. There were no signs of forced entry, no fingerprints, and no one hiding in the shadows. The officers assured her it was likely a prank and left. But Maya couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. That night, as she lay in bed, she couldn't sleep. Every creak of the floorboards, every groan of the old pipes felt like a whisper of something sinister. She finally drifted into a restless sleep, only to be jolted awake by a faint tapping sound. It was coming from the living room. Terrified, Maya grabbed a flashlight and crept out of bed. The tapping grew louder, rhythmic, almost deliberate. As she rounded the corner, the beam of her flashlight fell on the wall where the bloody message had been. The words were gone. Instead, there was now a fresh smear of blood leading to the window. Maya's breathing quickened as she approached it. Outside, she could see nothing but the dark street below. Then, behind her, she heard a whisper. "You didn't listen." She spun around, the flashlight trembling in her hand. But the room was empty. Desperate for answers, Maya decided to investigate the building's history. She visited the landlord the next day, pressing him for details about the previous tenant. His face grew pale as he reluctantly revealed the truth. The former tenant, a woman named Elena, had complained about strange occurrences. Shadows moving when no one was there, disembodied whispers, and messages appearing on the walls. She had begged the landlord to check the apartment, but he dismissed her as paranoid. Elena vanished one night. No one knew where she went. Sometimes she said things like, "It's trying to warn me," the landlord admitted. Maya felt a chill run down her spine. What if Elena wasn't paranoid? What if something malevolent was trying to warn her too? Determined to find out more, Maya searched online for local legends or strange happenings tied to the building. She discovered a chilling story. Decades ago, a man had lived in her apartment. Obsessed with the occult, he conducted gruesome rituals, believing he could bind a spirit to protect him. Instead, he unleashed something far darker, a vengeful entity that thrived on fear and suffering. The man was found dead in the apartment, his blood smeared across the walls. The message? "You should have listened." Maya knew she couldn't stay in the apartment, but it was too late. That night, the tapping returned, louder and closer. The whispers grew clearer, mocking her, taunting her. As she tried to flee, the walls seemed to close in, the air thick with the metallic smell of blood. Her screams echoed through the building, but no one came to her aid. The next morning, the neighbors found her apartment empty. The only thing left behind was a new message on the wall, written in blood. They should have listened. The apartment remains vacant, but sometimes at night passers-by swear they see shadowy figures in the windows. And if you listen closely, you might hear a faint whisper. You should have listened. Maya's story is a chilling reminder that sometimes the warnings we ignore are the ones that matter most. The question is, would you have listened? Or would you have suffered the same fate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What would you have done if you found that message on your wall? And if you enjoy spine-tingling tales like this one, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us here at Goodnight Tales. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story that keeps you awake at night. Until next time, sleep well, if you can.